We're going to go ahead and get this started, get it recorded. Welcome to tonight's call. My name is Laurie. I'm joining you from Michigan. Here in Michigan, it's been kind of wet and rainy and not much like June. However, none of us care. We're excited. We're heading out to Vegas in about a week, and we're going to see the sun there, and so we're looking forward to that. Many of you will be joining us there, and we're super excited. We're here really to share with you what's going on in our lives with a product and a company called Uforia. And guys, it's important to understand that what we have going here is different than anything that you've heard of before. First of all, we are the first company to the table with this type of product, the only one on planet Earth that has the ability to do what it is that we do. And that makes me really excited to share it for the fact that, you know, when you get here first and you have the ability to share something that can impact, I mean, literally millions of people eventually, that is a big deal. And so my name is Laurie Court. I've been involved with this product since December of last year. It has honestly changed my health. It has changed. I get so many compliments like on my skin, just things that you wouldn't normally expect. And it's been a lot of fun. And I've watched it actually impact my husband a lot as well. And then the other part of the story is that I've been involved in this type of industry now for about 7 years. And it's something I'm incredibly passionate about. It is that, again, it's something that's truly changed the way that I look at everything. Honestly, business, life, relationships, development, all different kinds of things. And so I have the honor of being able to share with you tonight a little bit about the product that we work with. Keep in mind that, again, it is something that most people have not yet seen. And so it's exciting to talk about. So in order to do that, I'm actually going to share my screen and bring up a presentation that is, it'll help it be a little bit more visual for you, and which I like because I think most people are visual learners. So here is Uforia. Uforia is a biotech company. That's me. Again, from Michigan, been in the business for a while here. We're a biotech company that creates custom designer supplementation that's based on the genetic testing of a person's DNA. And guys, I'm going to say it again. So I want you to think about two words, bio and tech. It's going to come up again a little bit later in the presentation, but it's a company that creates custom designer supplementation based on the genetic testing of a person's DNA. And the cool part about this is that this company, although new to the marketplace, is not new. It's actually been in the works for many, many years. It's the brainchild of several people. Liquor Logistics is at the helm. At the back end, they do the manufacturing. They do all the back end processing. They are the best in the business. That is non-disputable. And they work with even other products besides ours. So they have a great reputation, a billion-dollar company. Ron Williams is our CEO and founder. This guy, what I really like about him is he was retired. He was spending time with his family. He was doing everything that he wanted to do because he could. He had built up all kinds of income. He was very, very successful in this space. And he didn't need the money to come back to Uforia. What brought him back to Uforia is the impact that this product and this company is actually going to make on not only just health, but the world. Truly, it's going to change the way we look at supplementation, which is an area that has not changed a lot in about 70 to 80 years. And then Mr. Eric Worre, you know, if so many people are the first to say, you show us good training, you show us good marketing people, good sales force, we're going to show you a good company. And Eric Worre is the best, most sought after marketing coach that there is. And he has thrown his hat into the ring here at Uforia. And we actually, just by being a customer and a part of this program, have the ability to learn from this man all the time. So very excited. So how many of you guys throughout the course of your lives, no matter how old you are, have either seen this in your folks' house or have it yourself, where it maybe doesn't look like this anymore, but you open up a kitchen cupboard and when you reach in, you're not sure even what's in there anymore. In the back, there's probably things you bought years ago. They were expensive. You don't throw them out, but you also don't know how they're benefiting you. You're probably not even taking them, and if you are, you're not sure you're taking them right. Guys, this is the norm. This is how people feel about supplements. They don't really know. It's based on what people recommend to them, but those people don't really know either. So That's called blind nutrition. Okay, it's guessing. It really is. It's knowing that through education, some things do impact the human body, right? It's kind of a one size fits all in terms of supplementation or nutrition. The problem is that we are all so uniquely different that it's a given that we all don't need exactly the same thing, right? So it's not great. There's a ton of uncertainty. It's very, very expensive. It's wasteful. Like I said, I mean, I have things that I'm sure are expired in bottles, right? And I don't throw them out. I don't exactly know what to do with them, but I don't really want to just toss them either. So that is not a good solution. Targeted nutrition came to the marketplace. This got exciting. People started to wake up. They started to realize, all right, there's got to be a better way, right? And so targeted nutrition came about. Functional medicine, holistic medicine, people that wanted to do better. They wanted to do better. And so they tried that, right? And they started to realize that even though you can walk into, a functional medicine doctor and you can say, listen, I'm really struggling. I'm tired all the time, whatever your problem is. He or she is going to say to you, you know what? Based on studies, based on human beings as a whole, this may help you. Try this. Okay, but you don't know how much your body needs, how much your body doesn't need. Will your body process that? So again, although better, it was not a great way to do it. And then this is what happened. Uforia happened, guys. It's designer nutrition. Think about that. Think about when, guys, you go get a suit and you have it tailored. Why? Because your body's different than how it hung on the hanger, right? This is the exact same thing. It is customized to you. It's science-based. It's exclusive. It's proprietary, meaning we are the only company on the planet that has access to the software to make this happen. Basically what happens, guys, is we are able to create designer nutrition based on the genetic testing of your DNA. It's a big deal. So how does it work? It's very, very simple. It's a simple cheek swab, okay? Genetic testing is no longer scary. It was the #1 Christmas gift last year. Okay, it's not scary. People are very, very comfortable with it. You swab a cheek, you send it in, you find out what it is you need to find out. Here at Uforia, we test actionable genes that we can actually take action on to influence them. Okay, that's a big deal. So what does this mean? It means you swab your cheek, you send it off to our HIPAA CLIA certified labs, and they test your DNA for 18 actionable SNPs, dashboard SNPs. Dashboard genes, the dashboard of your health. Okay, look at these. Mitochondrial function, detoxification, healthy blood pressure, vitamin B12, inflammatory response. Guys, those are things that drive your overall health. And when they test those, they're able to find out if you have a variant on a gene. What is a SNP? A SNP is passed down from your parents. It's a variant in your gene resulting in less than optimal performance. Okay, which means if you have a yellow or a red in those areas, think about a stoplight. Like green means go, you are good to go. Yellow means, be cautious. Okay, something's going on there. You have a predisposition to that in your health. Red means, guys, you really need to stop and take a look. Okay, like this is something that you are at a higher risk to actually develop. And Uforia now can create a supplementation that will actually address these genes and help them function more optimally for your health. Think about that. No more blind nutrition, right? So your personal formula is called Utrition. It literally has your name on it, okay? The label is printed in real time. It has a random barcode. There's no human identifier in any of the process, which is incredibly cool in my experience. And this is a game changer. This is going to change the way people look at supplementation. And let me tell you, every time I go to the store now, when I am walking through, I will beeline it to the vitamin aisle to see what people are doing. And they are confused. There's no question. They stand there, they look, they pick up bottles, they read it, they look confused, they don't know. This changes all of that. So why do we take a DNA test? Again, #1 Christmas gift last year was genetic testing. It's a big deal. Right? So there's lots of reasons: heritage, personality, physical traits, and it's a lot of fun. But then what do you do with it? As Dane Crunk would say, you find out you're Scottish, do you go wear a kilt, right? You don't know. I mean, it's a lot of fun, right? But it's not going to actually help you be better. And so here at Uforia, the most important one that you're ever going to do is going to determine how you stay healthy. It's going to help formulate supplements for you, inspired by you, and based on your DNA. And again, it is only a matter of time before this is considered the norm. Okay, and it's called progress. That's all it is. So, Blind Nutrition on the left, Designer Nutrition on the right. Very, very easy to see which one you'd like to be a part of. I like to really use this slide and have people think. Just think back a little bit, right? Think about on the left, Blockbuster, and think about on the right, Netflix, right? People were resistant. The Blockbuster people loved Blockbuster. But guess what? They're not there anymore. That's exactly what's going to happen here. It is. It's just progress. The thing is that this progress is actually going to impact generations and generations and generations of people. So how do you get started? You know, to use this product, guys, I mean, I would encourage every single person to, any dime spent out at a Walmart pharmacy buying just odds and ends supplementation is a dime loss, truly. Try it. Try Uforia. You will never go back. You get a little U-Start kit. It's $159. It's nothing. You register the back of it, which is what basically takes away that human identifier with a random barcode. You register at ustart.com. You swab your cheek, you send it in, and you start taking our pre-trition, which is just a gentle cleanse. It prepares your body. It's all plant-based, gluten-free, all of that. And when you get started with that, about 14 to 21 days later, you're going to get your action plan, which was that scorecard that we talked about. It's going to tell you exactly what it is that your DNA has actually paneled out. And then at that point, they're going to go ahead and they're going to manufacture your own nutrition. Within 30 days, it'll be on your doorstep. What's really cool is that we understand the power of word of mouth marketing. There's no question it's the most effective. I own a couple of traditional businesses. I don't spend any money, barely any money on traditional advertising. It's all referral based. We also understand that with a new product like this, it's easy to talk about. This is a very, very easy conversation. So we do reward our customers. You go out there, you share this with some family members, with some girlfriends, with your yoga buddies, whatever it is, and 4 people use this product, yours is now free. And we do not believe that there is any better way to share this message than by sharing it from people who already use it and love it. And so with that in mind, we encourage people by letting them know, you know, your health's important to us too. So tell people, share it with them, impact them, and get yours free. So the thing is that on top of all of that, that's all great news, is that the reason that many of you were invited to this call was to hear about the business opportunity that's associated with this. And guys, it is a different world when you think about business. I was just on a call with a gentleman who worked 45 years or 50 years in the medical field, and it took him his 40th year to actually make $1 million in a year, right? And how he was just so real about, you know, what has happened in business from the time that he worked that until now. And when he looks out and he sees this new generation of people finding business opportunity, he says it's just this marketplace of opportunity, and that the way people are doing business is so different and so I think it's great. He thinks it's great. And the reason why is because it involves people doing business with people. Okay, that's so important. And so there is a movement here at Uforia for people to connect, to lock arms, to network, and to really share this message. And so if you're on here for that part of the presentation, I really want to introduce to you a friend of mine. His name is Luke Hessler. And Luke and I have known each other for a long time now, about 7 years. We've been in business together that long. We've watched each other grow in a lot of different ways, him chronologically as well, which has been really a treat for me. And he has more business accolades than many, many people that I know my age. He also is more personally developed than many, many, many people my age. And one of the things that I find with Luke is that he has a heart for helping others. And guys, if you've ever been out in the corporate world, understand it is dog eat dog. Okay, there's no question. Competition is everywhere, and you're secretly hoping your friend doesn't get the promotion you want. Here, that is not what this is about. And Luke learned that really at an early age, and he's been able to impact a lot of people along the way. And that makes me incredibly proud of him. He is servant-driven, he's gracious, he's kind, he's educated, he's smart, he's articulate, he's so many things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to let you see his face. Hey, Luke, oh, there he is. Yep, he's with us. Just understand that his wisdom, it's way beyond his years, and he has a lot to share. And I'm always very, very proud to present with him for the fact that he anchors these calls beautifully. And so with that, Mr. Luke Hessler, I'm going to let you come to the table and share with these guys really what the possibilities are at Uforia, what's shaking here, and how they can capitalize on it and align themselves ahead of this trend.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Well, Laurie, thank you so much for that kind introduction. She's honestly, Laurie, you can tell by her energy, one of the most gracious, caring, and loving people on this planet. Seriously, I mean, I don't know if there's another human on earth that's called like mama, than more than Laurie. Like, she is mama court to probably a lot of people on this call. And it's just because she genuinely cares. That's what mothers do. They care, and they think about their children, about themselves. And she is one of the most selfless, servant-driven people I've ever met in my entire life. And on top of that, she's a killer in business. All right. On top of just going out there and building this business and crushing it, being one of the influencers on this business, she also has a traditional business that she owns, a catering company that is massively successful in Metro Detroit. And on top of that, she's also, juggling grandchildren. Like, I was at her house one day, and I don't even know how she gets anything done, but she gets more done in like an hour than most of us get done in 24 hours. And that's just who she is as a person. And so I'm humbled to be in business with her, and I'm just so excited because I know that this is the beginning of the beginning with her. Some people that are older, they don't dream anymore. They think that, oh, I'm too old to make this thing happen. But for her, she knows she's just getting started. She knows this is the beginning of the beginning, and I'm so excited for this ride. And so thank you so much for that introduction. And guys, I'm so excited to be here today. I'll give you guys a quick little background on who I am. And I'm from a super small town in northern Michigan called Traverse City. Came from a great family. They raised me the right way to treat others like to be treated. And, they also taught me that I can have beer, do anything I want in this world as long as I put my mind to it. And that was really, really helpful growing up. And I had some pretty incredible, influences on my life. I came from a family where success wasn't like something that I hoped would happen, but it was more of an expectation, on my life. And I wanted to rise to that occasion. I saw my aunt, who was the director of the Peace Corps. She was chosen by Obama to do that. My uncle was in gas and oil. He made hundreds of millions of dollars. And so for me, I was at this crossroads in my life where did I want to go and help people kind of like my aunt? And to me, I felt like helping people led to fulfillment, or more did I want to go gain freedom, right? Like my uncle, and go make money. And that's kind of like what I thought money led to. And then I was introduced to a unique philosophy where, money more equals value. I was told that there's two types of people in the world: people that love money and use people. And then there's people who use people and love money, right? So again, there's people who love people and use money. And then there's people who use people and love money. And I kind of realized that. And I realized that when you make a lot of money, that gives you a chance to help people, right? You can't donate to a charity if you don't have money. You can't do a lot of things out there in life. And so I found this business model, and it changed my life completely because it was a model where the more people I helped, the more money I made. I was super skeptical when I first heard about it, simply because I thought it was kind of a business model for people who didn't understand real business. I kind of looked down upon it. And then once I looked into it, I quite literally fell in love with it, and it changed my life. I joined it at 19 on a loan from my parents to teach me a lesson that these things don't work. And by the time I was 21, I had a six-figure income. And by the time I was 23, it was a multiple six-figure income. And, now I've taken those skills, and I own a digital marketing agency now that has 600 clients, and in a variety of other businesses. And again, it has nothing to do with my talent, or how smart I am or anything like that. To be honest, I think the biggest thing that I learned is how dumb I was. I think that one of my mentors, Bob Proctor, says that, the education of the 21st century is going to be people who can, unlearn and then relearn, and I think that's a really, really important thing. And I was blessed to be able to do that at a young age. And so now, here with Uforia, I see this as a legacy, is really how I see this. I'm only 20, I'm about to be 27, but for me, I see this being something that's there in 20 years, 30 years, something that I can be able to hand down to my children, and something that I really believe is going to have a genuine impact on the world. And that's why I do it, and that's why I do it. Obviously, I see massive financial opportunity that I'm going to explain to you guys here today as well. However, I've also found that if you help enough other people get what they want, you get everything that you want and more. more, right? And that's the philosophy really that we were taking here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you guys a PowerPoint to dive into the business and the economics and kind of the numbers of how this works, because if you're anything like me, I wanted more freedom in my life. I when I first started, it was just an extra $500 a month to help me pay rent, when I was in college. That's all I wanted, and then it started to grow and grow and grow. And I didn't even know it was possible. And so hopefully, I can pass on to you what was passed on to me. I want you guys to realize that I'm not the source of all knowledge. I'm not the guru. Really, everything I'm learning today is stuff that I've learned from other people, and now I'm just kind of the middleman and the bridge here. Okay. I'm just the messenger. That's what you can think of me as. And I've applied it in my life and it's worked. And I know it can work for you guys as well. So with that, I'll share my screen and we will get this thing rocking. Can you guys see this? Is this okay? Can you see my screen? Yes? Okay, fantastic. All right, great. So as I go and present this to you guys, there's going to be two questions that you're going to ask yourself. And really, whenever you're presented any opportunity, there's two questions you're asked. Well, it's a new job, a new business. It's number one is, can you do it? Can you actually do it? And number two is it worth it? And so take these two questions, put them in the back of your mind. And as we go through this information, just kind of like put it through this filter and ask yourself these two questions. And so first, before I dive into, kind of the details of how this works, why would you even need this? Why would we need something different? Why do we need to create an additional source of income? Why do we need to make more money? And the reality of the situation is that I found is that 97% of the wealth in this country, and it is worse in other countries, by the way, all right, 97% of the wealth is owned by 3% of the population, meaning we put 100 people in a room and you have $100, like imagine I had $101 bills. I'm going to give 97 of these $1 bills to these 3 people sitting right there. And then the other 97 people all get to split $3. Okay. That is actually the wealth distribution in the world today. And it's one of those things where either you laugh or you cry about it. Right. And it's crazy. And I learned this at 19 and I could not help but ask myself, why? Why? Were they lucky? Did they have to cheat, steal? Like, what did they do? Were they born into it? Like, what makes the 3% different than the 97%? Going to business school, I thought I was going to learn it there, but I did not learn it there. I actually learned it from somebody else. And what I learned was that most people go for something called linear income and other people go for things called leveraged income. And I didn't even know the difference. I didn't even know the definition of this. I'm in the honors college at Michigan State paying $25,000 a year to go there. I didn't learn these definitions, which blows my mind, but I didn't. And so this is what linear income is. And this is what the 97% do, is they trade their time for money. So example, you go to work, you work for an hour, you get paid $10. You work for 2 hours, you get paid 20. You stop working and you stop getting paid. That's the key when it comes to linear income, is that you're consistently trading time for money. So what does that mean? It means you're on a hamster wheel where for your entire life, you have to go do things and trade this time to go out there and get some resources just so you can kind of sustain the same life you're doing so you can go back and trade more time. And it's a vicious circle that goes around. And we've been taught this since we were younger, right? We go to high school, we get good grades. We go to college, we get good grades. We make a resume, we apply for a job. Then we work 40 hours a week for 40 years of our life and 40% of our income. And we're taught that that's going to be life and it's going to be great. But here's the reality, is that right now in America, the average retirement age is 72 years old, and the average death age is 76. Really, really think about that for a second. Average death age, 76 years old, average retirement age, 72. So that means you have 4 years of freedom, 4 years to do what you really want. And this is when you're in your 70s. The health is not there at this point, right? For these people, if you're dying at 76. And so it's like, is it really worth it? Is this plan really working? And you look at other people, the average person is staying in a job right now for 4.3 years. And it's because, and it's not, they're not leaving on their own accord, right? I mean, think about this, okay? There's that plan, and those are the results of it. And Albert Einstein said this. He said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Yet that's what everyone is doing, right? Everyone is complaining about they don't have bills, the economy isn't good enough, this and that, but everyone's following the same plan. You got to do something different to get something different, right? In order to get something you've never done. And that's just how it goes. And so this is what the 3% do, is they get leveraged income. Leveraged income means you do the work one time, but you get paid again and again and again. For example, I'm a landlord, right? I create an apartment complex. I build the apartment complex one time, right? I invest the money to build it one time. I stopped building it. Every month when all the tenants are paying rent again and again and again, I'm getting a check again and again and again and again. I could be in the island in the island in the Caribbean doing nothing, no phone, no cell phone, but I'm still getting paid every month as those people go and pay their rent. And this is really how you get freedom, is you get leveraged income. And there is a way here with Uforia to actually go out there and get leveraged income. And that's what we're going to talk about here. We leverage their infrastructure, their science, their investment, their software, their fulfillment, everything that Laurie just talked about. We leverage that. And we also leverage their marketing model. She talked about it. This company, rather than paying for traditional billboard ads, TV commercials, things like that, they pay us for word of mouth advertising. And it's so simple because every single person who's a customer of the product gets their own website link. And if you're trying the product and a friend asks you, what is it? You tell them, they say, that's cool. Where can I get it? It's not found in stores, not found in shelves. It's not on Amazon. It's the only way you can get this product is through someone who is already a customer of the product. That's it. All right, that's it. That's how this company is doing all their marketing. And so this is how this business works. It's so simple. Step number one is you just get a website. All right, it's $40 one time. Think of this almost like a franchise fee, right? If you were to buy McDonald's, you have a franchise fee of what, $500,000 or something crazy? With this, it's $40 one time. You get the website, you get the app, you're good to go. Step number two is you simply go and you purchase the product, all right? You can get a 3-pack, a 5-pack, or a 10-pack, and based on the amount of product that you buy is going to determine the discount that you get. Obviously, a bigger bulk package is going to give you a bigger discount, right? And here's the cool thing is that one of those that you purchase is going to be for you. So step number 3 is registering your personal kit, right? So you take the swabs and you go through the whole process that Laurie was talking about. You pay your lab fee and now you're going to be good to go. And what this does is it allows you to become a product of the product, because the genuine thing that this business makes this business model work is the fact that we would tell people about this regardless of whether or not you get paid for it, right? So you want to have a real genuine product experience where you believe in it. And then naturally you just go and share it because you love it, Next step is you just simply go through this getting started process. And so the entire company put together this thing called the first 24 hours, which is a quite literal checklist of what you need to do in order to get organized and set up. It helps you go and make sure that you're organized, you're set up within all the Facebook groups. It makes sure that you are, plugged into Eric Worre's training. And by the end of the whole thing, you get a list of 20 different names. Some of those people are going to be customers, meaning they want the product. Others of them would want to be distributors, meaning they want to actually go and make money with this, right? And what we do is we teach you how to introduce the product to the people that are interested in the product, so potential customers, and we teach you how to introduce the business to people who want to potentially still make more money. Here's the secret, is that it's not your job to do all the talking. All your job is to do is to be a middleman. Right? You want to be a bridge. You know people who are looking to make more money. You know people who are looking to get healthier. It's not your job to be the expert. Just simply be a tour guide and be like, hey, check this out. Maybe this can work for you. Some will, some won't. So what? There's 300 million people in America today, and a percentage of them want to get healthier, and a percentage of them want to make more money. And the biggest reason that they aren't there is because they don't have a plan. They don't know what to do. Right? And this is a proven plan that works. And so now here's what's cool is that we have a gamified compensation plan that works with this thing, right? Where if you go out there and hit certain volume requirements, you can see every single product that you purchase has a certain volume that's associated with it. And if in your 14 days, all right, you hit a volume requirement, 30 days you hit a volume requirement, 60 days you hit a volume requirement, you go through this, you will make $2,900 strictly from this one bonus. In addition to that, you're also going to be getting additional bonuses. I think there's 5 other bonuses that we get paid on, and those are the residual reoccurring income. So this is kind of like an upfront, congratulations for building this quickly. And then while you're doing that, you're building reoccurring revenue because people are buying this product on a monthly basis. And you don't just get paid the first time that they purchase it, but you get paid again and again and again, anytime anyone you refer buys the product. Does that make sense? And so that's how this thing works. And so what's cool is that you don't have to figure out how to do this. We have a system that's already been proven and is working for people all over the country, as evidenced by all the success stories on this call. We already have all the tools and resources for you to plug into. The company has its own app that's a fully integrated CRM that you can go and use to track all your messages, track all your customers, and be able to share the story. There's a community that's already here. There's these weekly Zooms that happen. Actually, these are daily. There's a daily Zoom schedule that you can hop on, right? There's Telegram group chats, which is basically a giant like group chat that you can text in anytime you want, and if you have a question, it'll get answered by like 10 people in 5 minutes. We have Facebook communities to go and help you. There's events. Literally in 10 days from today, we are going to be going to Las Vegas for our convention in Caesar's Palace, okay? There are going to be thousands of people, literally thousands of people from all over the country coming together at Caesar's Palace to go share stories, to go share strategies on how they are using and leveraging this technology and this business to literally go out there and change their freaking life, okay? And so at the end of the day, you just got to go and ask yourself these two questions once again. Number one, can I do it? And number two, is it worth it? And the reality is if you can follow a checklist, you saw that first 24-hour checklist, you can do this. But the more important question that you have to ask yourself is it worth it? Is it really worth it for you to take your time away from other things that you're doing and put it towards this? Is it worth putting down Xbox? Is it worth not watching Netflix? Is it worth, not going out there and watching movies? Is it worth sacrificing the social time to go out there and build a business, And the answer in my eyes, for me at least, was yes, simply because I want more. I wanted more time. I wanted to eventually be able to be there for my kids. My dad, he's a doctor. And so growing up, I had a great life, but he couldn't come to all the baseball games or the football games or the basketball games because he was busy working. I wanted to be able to be there for my children. I want to be able to provide for them what they need. And so for me, anything is worth it as long as it works. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if this is a real plan, this is how it was. I was like, so you're telling me that if I go and work my freaking butt off, I can take a 40-year plan of working, which is what I thought it was. Like retire at 72, you know what I'm saying? 40 years of working. And I can squeeze it into 3 to 5 years. Like that's real. It's possible, not guaranteed, but it's possible. And when I learned that was possible, that was all I needed. That was literally all I needed because all I needed was a chance in my life. That's really all I wanted was a chance. And when I got that chance, I took it. And I don't know where you're at in your life, but if you're looking for a chance, if you're looking for a spot to hit a reset button on your life, like I was at 19 years old, I'm telling you, this is the place to be. You're at the right place at the right time with the right people. And I'd encourage you to ask yourself, some very, very simple questions. Number one is if not you, then who? Because this company is growing and it is booming, okay? It is doing tens of millions of dollars in sales in its very first year, tens of thousands of customers all across the country, and this is not slowing down for anybody. Someone will bring this to every city, every state, and every country. And if it's not you, who's it going to go out there and be? And if not now, then when? Because at the end of the day, timing is key. If you were to invest in Facebook now versus investing in Facebook 10 years ago, there's a very big difference, in regards to what that looks like, right? And so timing in business is a key. This company started 6 months ago, and that's when the pre-launch started. This company doesn't even launch for 6 months. Yet there's already tens of thousands of customers all across the country that are doing this, and it hasn't even launched yet. That's how hot what we have is, okay? And the last thing you got to ask yourself, and this is the most important thing, is if not you or if not this, then what? Like, what is your chance? What is your plan? Like, do you have a dream? What do you want more of? Would you like to be debt free? Would you like to have a better car, a better house? Just a little bit more freedom. You want to travel, maybe help your kids go to private school. I don't know what your dreams are, what your goals are, what your aspirations are. But what I do know is that we all have a dream. We all want something, and this is a real way to actually go out there and get it. And I'm a living testimonial of that. And so is Laurie and a lot of other people that are on this call. And so guys, the next steps are so simple. You just get back with the person that got you on the call. You become a nutritionist. You plug into our system. You launch your freaking business. And that's the game. And so with that, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm so excited to get you guys started. I am so excited to see a lot of you guys out to Vegas. And it is going to be a game changer of an event. And I'm literally counting the seconds. I have a countdown on my phone with the seconds of this event. It is going to be absolutely insane. And so with that, guys, I appreciate you all. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. Talk to you later. See ya.